Oh, Scala, we needed the Jeffrey Jellyfish scheme in the 24.
Time to do some California dreaming on this Friday evening. We welcome you into iRacing and the Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Gen 4 Series as we get you ready to rock and roll around the Auto Club Speedway. This 2-mile oval out in Southern California, producing some great side-by-side racing. And tonight, it is Gen 4 racing here for the TI Series. We welcome you in. I'm the captain, as always. We thank you for joining us. Yes, again, a pre-recorded race that was ran on Tuesday. But here we are broadcasting live from the office and ready to rock and roll and have a good start to a weekend that is going to be hopefully a fun one for everybody. So we look at the point standings entering tonight's race. David Stringle holds a 1-point lead over Kyle Ethier. Drayton Cook third. Right now looking like a 3-horse race. Now here's an impressive number for you. Lucas Strayer there in fourth. He has got 92 points. He's 26 out of the point lead. The big number is about the 7th row over, where starts is. He's made 2 less starts than the whole entire series, has 4 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and only sits 26 points back out of the point lead. He has done everything he can do other than win, basically, when it is all said and done in this series. So, with that said, that's your point standings as we enter tonight's race. Cars are cranked up, and we'll get you the starting lineup here shortly. But first, let's take a look at the race information. Tonight, it will be 80 laps around this 2-mile oval. We'll be going into the twilight, into the nighttime. 78 degrees right now, 55% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and 4-mile-an-hour winds as of right now. As you see, the sun will start to set here. It is the 4X time, which means every hour will be 15 minutes of real-life time. So time will fly by, literally, in this stream. Track temp there at 75 right now as we enter this race. And starting lineup going to roll across the top of the screen. Kyle Ethier continues his momentum and puts the Reese's car on the pole. Logan Hamilton back in the series after his win at the Red Bull Ring and at Watkins Glen. He swept a week, and he do it again this week. He'll start outside pole. And Lucas Strayer, Chris Scala, Dalton Wilson, Tim Averill, your top 6. As we will let the grid roll through the top 22 cars. Going to make the grid, it looks like, here for the 80-lap race. As we have 2 races to go before the championship. Tonight at Auto Club and in Talladega Super Speedway next week. How many cars will be in it when it's all over with to win the championship for TI Racing? And Gen 4 cars, the old NASCARs, going racing from Auto Club. Here we go. Our cameras tonight, as always, presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online on Facebook and in the iRacing forums, TrackCams22.com, as this field gets spread out. A little bit of dust coming up there off the top groove. Back straightaway, that's, I'm going to do my best not to call him Michael Eckert tonight, but that's the 3 of Tim Averill. Inside of Scala there, you see the 9-car, Dalton Wilson back there in the Dodge. Following through, as Scala goes backwards here at the start of the race. Lap 1 going to be led by Kyle Ethier. Little gaggle back here. You see the 8-car, that's Drayton Cook down there at the bottom, that black and red Dodge car. Craig Martin there in the orange mouth machine, if you will. Oh, and then Craig goes and tags the outside wall. That is one factor here at this track. You got to be careful of that outside wall will reach out and grab you, especially where the safer barrier is there. Two laps complete. You see cars running the bottom, running the top. Eventually, I think you're going to see everybody around the top. Basically, with the way the tire wear is, the way this track is set up, these cars going over 200 miles an hour down the straightaways into these corners, and caution is out for the first time. As I look for it, you would think I would remember who it is with it being a recorded race. I believe it is Michael Eckert that ends up being involved in this right at lap number 2. As a matter of fact, I believe he made contact with David Stringle. You would think I would remember this. All right, let's see if we can... Well, there you see the 97 up in the outside wall. And we're at lap number 3 here. I think it's going to happen right up here at a turn 2 next time by. So let's stay on it here. Watch him kind of work down the back straightaway here. You see Eckert there in the old Jamie McMurray slash Kurt Busch slash whoever. Oh, there's the tag right there in turn 1. You see the 2 of Josh Parent. Nice save by Stringle. But that unfortunately brought the caution out there for the first time. In here one more time. It's just one of those things where I think Stringle just got out of it and Eckert ran him over. Nothing intentional or anything there. Yep, right there's the contact, and unfortunate deal there. All right, so pace car out on the track. Go ahead and give this opportunity. We have a new sponsor on the stream. You might have seen me kind of announce it. I actually kind of mentioned it in the middle of a race on Thursday. Yeah, last night, as a matter of fact. We were in the middle of doing a truck race for TI. And I got an email contact from the company Dubby, which is a company that creates energy drinks. And they are now a sponsor on the Captain Esports Network. So you're going to be hearing me promote this a lot more and doing a whole lot of different things with them. Obviously, this all started last night, so I've not had much time to even get some stuff showed or whatever. But if you go into the information link in the YouTube page down below, you'll see a link where you can click and you can purchase products right now and get a 10% discount by just simply using the word "the captain" in the purchase, and you'll get 10% off your purchase there. So check out W's products, and actually got an order in myself. Going to be trying some of their stuff for the first time, and look forward to talking about it. All I've heard is good things about it, and looking forward to being a partner with them in the future here, especially on our streams and anytime you see me even in a car potentially. And who knows? Sky's the limit with these guys. So looking forward to their partnership. And again, it's a big-time energy drink for those who are gamers and so on and so forth. I was actually looking through their Discord page, and I mean, there's all types of gamers playing different stuff from Pokemon to Fortnite to whatever. Here we are in iRacing now doing this. So appreciate W for allowing the Captain Esports Network for coming on board. So make sure you check out their products. Again, click on the link in the race info and you can go see what they have to offer and even purchase some stuff. Just make sure you use the code THECAPTAIN. All right, so it is a 2-mile track. We should get one to go here at the line, and we did have some pit stops right off the bat. A lot of cars coming to pit road, topping off the fuel cell. Kyle Ethier on down pretty much, so from about 6th place on down to 22nd. Came to pit road there, and then we got some more cars back on pit road now. Craig Martin, Chris Scala, Nick Buricchio, David Stringle, Lester Beaver, those guys all in the pits now to top off the fuel cell to make it maybe as long as possible on fuel. As I've always preached, these 2-mile tracks, I don't know what it is about it, but we could drive all electric cars around a 2-mile track in a race, and somehow fuel will come into play. Yes, I know that it is humanly impossible for that to happen, but somehow it will find a way to happen. It's like just when you think water could not touch your leg or something on the outside of the shower when it's completely sealed off by a curtain. However, go stick your knee up to the curtain and watch how all of a sudden water is on your leg. The process of diffusion and osmosis. As we come to the green, there's your science moment of the night. That was random. Lap number 7, Cornwell, Melnick, Bilhars, Childers, Kyle Ethier, your top 5, and oh boy, cars everywhere. I think they forgot that these are 950 horsepower cars. Oh, Clement Downing in for the infield there. Nice save on his part. I think the cone over there in turn 2 thanks him very much for not wrecking. Three wide here. That's Bilhars under attack. 2 dodges there below him. That's Dalton Wilson and Tim Abril. Abril and Drayton Cook running their first race under the CTF banners. And up front, Dallas Childers to the bottom. Trying to pass Cornwell here. Cornwell, a former champion in the series. Of course, as I think about it, he actually tied for the championship, so I give him credit. I've always have. Lucas Strayer there in the 41 who with some contact there as Cornwell goes up the track. 3 wide to the bottom is Childers up the middle. Lucas Strayer topside. Kyle Ethier, and here comes Logan Hamilton. As you see, the track spreading out. Sun's starting to set a little bit. Race will actually end at the nighttime. Good racing up here at the front. Childers holding his own down here on the bottom lane. I know in the draft we were going somewhere 206, 207 mile an hour to turn 1. Oh, Dow's getting a little loose there on the bottom. Nice save on his part. Right on board with Abril. Yeah, 203, 204, 205 down to turn 1. And there's his teammate Drayton Cook going to go by him. Ooh, Abril sliding up, had to get out of the gas there a little bit as Parent's going to go by, and there's Dalton Wilson who was outside. Meanwhile, up front, Randy Cornwell has lost the lead as he comes, or I'm sorry, it's Doug Bilhars coming to pit road. Kyle Ethier, the pole sitter, back to the front. And here comes Strayer with him. Mr. 4 for 4 there, Lucas Strayer looking to make it 5 for 5 here tonight. Cornwell falls back to the 4th position. So now tonight a little bit different than most races this season. What I mean by that is the fuel percentage in the cars. A normal fuel race is 35% when it comes to the series. However, the way it was set up tonight, 40% fuel, a 5% buffer in the laps they'll run. So they'll be able to do about 13 or so laps in fuel, and which will lead to about 5 or 6 pit stops here. So with the 3 sets of tires, it's going to be interesting to see who pulls what kind of strategies out as the battle for the lead continues on. Logan Hamilton going to dive to the bottom as Eckert comes to pit road. I think that's Stephen Wolfram who's showing up on the track there in the 23rd position. As the Pepsi DuPont car, the famous Jeff Gordon Daytona paint scheme. Oh, gets all kinds of sideways, throws up some smoke, so does Ethier. Good fight here as Logan goes to the lead. Strayer falls back to 4th now as Cornwell comes into play. And now, behind them, you see Melnick under attack as Chris Lewis into the picture. One car to the bottom, heading to the pit road. That's Dallas Childers. Auto Club putting up great lap times, great speeds, great racing here so far. Everybody minding their P's and Q's. As here we go, the first round of pit stops. These are cars that did not pit under the caution. Coming to pit road, Randy Cornwell is in. You'll be able to see where everybody comes out there. You see the 22 kind of faded out, the 1 faded out. That means those cars are on pit road. You see the leader is the 27 car on the back straightaway right now. So you can kind of see where everybody comes out with the pit strategy here. Cornwell doing fuel only here, it looks like, in the 22 car. He pulls away. There's a chance he might stay on the lead lap here if he can get around to the back straightaway. There's the leaders right there. And unfortunately, he will go a lap down, but he should be right on the edge of it. So this definitely puts those guys on a little bit of a different strategy as of right now. Let's jump back here to the 10th position. David Fite, Craig Martin, Ronald Piles, amongst a group of cars here battling for 10th. David Stringle in that battle, also the points leader entering this race. Very weird seeing a 24 car and not calling him Miles. Lewis up to 4th past Josh Parent, sorry. And now leader's going to come to pit road. Matter of fact, here comes about 3/4, if not all, the field. All at once, everybody come to pit road. All right, so let's keep an eye on the 22. He's over in turn 1 right now. And we'll see where he comes out compared to the leaders on the stream here. Now, for those maybe joining us for the first time, never seen iRacing before, you're not going to see pit crews or anything. You're just going to see random, just everybody standing around. The only pit crew you'll see is the one who recorded the race, which is me. So you'll see my crew guy here in a second. Go right there, he is. Might have saw him faintly on the screen. As Hamilton and those guys pull away. And you see Cornwell still back here and going to turn 1. He's going to flash by the screen here in a second. Thought he was going to. Here comes Cornwell right there out of turn 2 now. So So it looks like Hamilton going to hold on to the lead right now as Piles and Beaver come to pit road. And Nick, I own a Dodge Charger from Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram leading this race. I was kind of asked to not say a word about it last night when a couple people asked me where Chris Lewis was. It was announced today. Nick Uricchio actually got a visit from Mr. Lewis yesterday. Chris is one of the managers. I don't know his exact title of his position there at Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, but he actually hand-delivered a Dodge Charger, I believe it is, to the 36 driver, Nick Uricchio. They met in Charleston yesterday, I believe, South Carolina, and there you go. Got the delivery and so on and so forth. So a cool deal there, and you can check out MarionCDJR.com if you're interested in a car today. I'm told the main boss man usually watches the broadcast each and every evening when his of course, when TI Racing is on, so appreciate you, sir. Ali, I believe is the name, watching. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I appreciate all the hard work you do. So there's your leader, Logan Hamilton. Lucas Strayer, Kyle Ethier, your top three. The first battle on track. Let's go back here. There's a battle for the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th position. There's Chris Lewis. Slide jobs on Stringle. Craig Martin there behind him, and then that is the 8 of Drayton Cook there in 10th. Down the very bumpy back straightaway. I mean, this has got to be a conflict of interest right here. You've got a Little Caesars number 7 car, and you got a guy with teeth on the front of his car. I mean, this has got to be a wreck waiting to happen, right? There's the pizza. And, wrong camera. Hang on. We get to the right car now. There's the teeth. Oh, Stephen Melnick getting a little loose back there off turn 2. Good save on his part. And up front, these two are pulling away, but it is turning into a battle for the lead as Logan Hamilton under attack. Lucas Strayer, the big man. As we're already a quarter distance into this race. And these two are teammates. With some of the changes that have gone on, TI Racing has made some driver changes. So has CTF. A whole bunch of stuff going on. But basically, TI now is Hamilton Strayer, especially on the Gen 4 side. It's Hamilton Strayer. It is Chris Lewis. It is Chris Scala. And also the David Stringle car. Those 5. And then, of course, the CTF team. I got to do this one off the top of my head here. It is Josh Parent. It is Kyle Ethier. It is Tim Abril, Drayton Cook. And a 5th person I've done forgot. I knew I was going to forget one. Ah, Sean Lester. I believe. For Gen 4. I could be wrong about that. Look at 3 wide here. Whole bunch of red Dodges and Randy Cornwell in the middle of this. Cook all the way down to the apron. Oh, caution out for the second time. And maybe Dallas Childers in the 10, because I see some damage on him. I also see damage on the 7. Nope, that's not the 7. That's the 7 up there. Is it Sean Lester with damage in the 31 here? So we'll have to see. A caution out for the second time here at lap 27. That's not to shake things up just a little bit. Unfortunately, I have to rewind this manually a little bit to get everything set up here, so forgive me. Or actually, I'm going to be able to get away with this. Let's see if I hit... Oh, right there. There's your wreck. It worked. It is Sean Lester. Drayton Cook slides into it. And if I remember correctly here, Lester has contact beforehand from... This turns into like a very long wreck between Dallas Childers and Sean Lester. Let's watch this. So right there, they touch each other. Bam, into the wall goes the 31. Breaks his car pretty much as he tags the 10. They somehow cross paths again. And then potentially 6.5 light years later, Sean Lester's got a broken car, and he's trying to hold on to it to get to pit road. You see the left front is broke, and he spins around. And out of all the cars, here comes Dallas Childers. Bam! And also Stephen Wolfram in there, too. Now, what started all that is I saw Dallas get loose, it looks like, but did he hit a seam is what I'm wondering here. That's before that. Let's back up a little more. See if I can get a better view of it here without it cutting to a... So he goes over the seam right there. Left rear gets on it. He's already kind of getting free there. These seams can't affect the car here at Auto Club because it's an old track. I mean, the surface was 1997, basically, when it was on here. And you see, you know, I don't know. That's tough to call. Not tough to call. Sean Lester literally pounded the wall. All right. So now the question is, since we got a long run at our belt here, who is going to come to pit road and when? Leaders all on pit road. I mean, you're going to see everybody probably come in here. Now, if you did not take tires at that first stop, I could see this being a tire stop right here. If you did, you might be forced to go fuel only here, because you only have 3 sets of tires to work out in this race. Ethier overshooting his pit stall just a little bit. Looks like Chris Lewis, Drayton Cook, and others going to win the race off pit road here. All right, for those just joining us, let's take a look at the point standings as we enter this race tonight. As you see, Stringle leading by 1 over Kyle Ethier, Drayton Cook 6 behind, and then Lucas Strayer some 26 points behind in this race. But still plenty of racing to go. Let's see. As Lewis went fuel only on that stop, if he comes back to pit road here, he's actually going to. And that's going to leave Drayton Cook now as the leader of this race. And I'm going to step away for just a quick second. All right. Want to throw a shout out real quickly. Larry Pace. I grabbed my phone because this morning I had one of the cool. Today was one of the weirdest but coolest days I've had in a very long time, personally. And the reason I bring that up is I get up this morning, I go to work. And, of course, the announcement comes out, NASCAR and the CW, it's hard to say W sometimes when you haven't said it in a while, have paired up to do, as we go back racing here, lap 28, Drayton Cook leading, Lucas Strayer, Ron Piles, Craig Martin, David Fite. And, yes, the sun glare is getting bad. They make that announcement, and all of a sudden, Twitter... somebody post out, I don't remember who the first one I saw it from was, but post out who would be your dream CW Xfinity broadcast team. Oh, around somebody back there. Is that Dallas? Chris Lewis hits the outside wall. It is Dallas that went wrecking. I think we're still green. I am unsure. I just looked up and saw a black car spinning. Oh, yeah, Dallas goes out and makes contact with Lewis. And we're still green, so carry on. And the reason why I bring Larry into this is Larry decides to put out a post that says, well, instead of my favorite, or who I think the dream crew would be, he brings together his favorite iRacing broadcasters and puts a crew together. And he mentioned my name out of the bunch, and I was like, man, that was cool. You know, it was kind of humbling because, you know, not that I ever look for, as Chris Lewis takes his car behind the wall, by the way, not that I look for any kind of recognition or something, but it's like when somebody actually says something about your work and it's just randomly out there out of the blue, it's kind of it's humbling, but it's also a great compliment to get. And some of the names he mentioned with me were some great ones that are on throughout either iRacing or even covering the Coke series and stuff. And then to hear that was kind of cool. That made me smile this morning for a little bit. And then the coolest thing that happened today, it was awkward, but it was cool. Where I was delivering today, it's a very high-priced area of a town in Georgia. I won't mention the town for privacy and all this kind of stuff. And as I'm out there delivering, I see a package with a name. And I'm like, that name sounds familiar. So I'm like, all right, let me look it up real quick. And lo and behold, the package was to a lady named Cheryl Johnson. And I'm like, that sounds familiar. Where do I know that name from? Cheryl Johnson is the wife of TNT studio host Ernie Johnson. And I was like, no. Of course, for those who watch anything sports-wise on TNT, knows Ernie Johnson is like the man of that channel or whatever. He's obviously been on, Ronald Piles in the wall. We'll finish the story here in a second. He just got hooked. Contact with Stringle. I think Josh Parent got a piece of this also. everybody continues on. Now, let's see a replay of that here in a second. But long story short, I delivered a package, and who's on the golf cart walking out the door to go golfing as I walk up the driveway? It's Ernie Johnson, and I'm like, holy crap. So yes, Geek Moment came into play, and said some words. We shook hands. He asked my name, gave him my name, and it was like a super cool story. Basically, long story short, I told him if I could be half or even a portion of the person that he is, and of what he's done in his career. Oh, here goes String All Round. And that's going to bring the caution out for the third time. Well, we'll hear in a second because he's going to pull up on track. Let me just spoil that for you. So yeah, that was a pretty damn cool moment, if I may say. So caution out for the third time. Lucas Strayer now leading this race. All right, leaders all going to come to pit road, it looks like. Now, I would probably see the opposite happening here. Whoever took tires probably fuel only here. Whoever fuel only maybe going with another set of tires at this point. You could see fuel only for everybody. I haven't really seen a car lift up yet. As Strayer is going to win the race off pit road. So 80 lap race from here, 44 laps to go. And of course, if you do 13 times 3 is 39. So you're looking at about 4 laps short right now on fuel if you were to make it a 2-stop race. As I mentioned, next week, Talladega, the final race of the season. I can tell you now, as one of the admins of the series, Chris and I have talked already. We've got some rule changes coming. And going to talk a little bit about the schedule, hopefully, this weekend. I have some ideas in mind, but we'll see. See what he has to say, because technically it's his series, because he's the founder of it, and I just kind of help admin it or whatever. we're going to double up and go back green here. And here we go, green flag back out. So Strayer, Hamilton, Cornwell, Averill, Craig Martin, your top 5, and in celebration of the weekend, let's turn it up here on the Captain Esports Network. Fight for the lead is on as Logan Hamilton goes to the front. Randy Cornwell going to slide up, maybe take second here from Strayer. They're getting into the outside wall back there. As Cook and Scala battle for the 7th position. David Fight up to 9th. Dalton Wilson up to 10th. Lights have come on. Nighttime, the right time officially. See Strayer gets to the outside of Cornwell. There's Tim Averill there behind Strayer next to the 22. You see Scala behind that, also making a pass, it looks like, for 7th. Now 3 wide over here in 3 and 4. Trying to get to that inside of that behind her in front. Having a great run up there in the 3rd position. Looking at the top 5. As he battles Eurykio, there's Stringle, who's had a big old struggle tonight. And that's 7 car. Looks like his points lead could be in jeopardy at the end of this race. Here comes Drayton Cook to pit road, lap 45. Cook went fuel only on that last stop. And he's going to be the first of the leaders to come to pit road here. Looks like right side tires going on the 8 car. If he's going right side's likely going to go 4 tires in fuel and he'll pull away. So let's see. This is 35 laps to go. If I do the numbers here correctly for him, it would just be a 2-stopper. It looks like the rest of them 13 and 26. See how that works out there. As Abel looking topside on Strayer. Ethier still able to maintain that at the wall. Guess it helps if I turn the audio down, huh? It's still full blast for the Turn It Up segment. So checking back here on the points leaders. He now battles the number 9 of Dalton Wilson. Dalton having a promising run early here. Still having a decent run, top 10. Nothing wrong with that. So we do got 3 cars off the track. 1 never started. But Josh Parent, Chris Lewis, and Michael Eckert off the track. Wolfram still out there logging laps. Jace Lafort, I think he still got caught at Disneyland or something. As Wilson Piles and Clement Downing come to pit road. So I think you need to get to lap 54 if you want to have a chance to make it all the way on fuel, because at that point 54 is 26 to go with 13 or 14 laps on a tank. Right now I think these guys are short. And here come the leaders to pit road. First car off pit road was the 8 of Drayton Cook. You see him over in turn 3 right now with Nick Uricchio. There goes Cornwell. There goes Craig Martin. And a lot of cars. Looks like some fuel only, some tires. Tires for Logan Hamilton. Maybe 2 tires. Craig Martin. Lucas Strayer. Tim Abril. 4 tires. So with this going on now, the leader, Nick Uricchio. There he is in that blue number 36 car. Eureka going to bring Melnick with him to pit road, so that should hand the lead over to this guy right here, Logan Hamilton. He's going to have Randy Cornwell right there behind him. Randy, again, having a great run in that 22 car. Been hit or miss at a couple races this season with his real-life racing schedule. Does some racing, I believe, down at Sonoya in Georgia. Wish him the best, obviously, the rest of his season. Craig Martin will be third. Drayton Cook jumps up to fourth with his pit stop, so looking pretty good there with his teammate Tim Averill there in fifth, I guess, when it's going to be over with. See when everybody drops down. There's the shuffling. We're good. Stephen Melnick has jumped to pit road. Not sure what happened to the one car. All right, so here we are, 26 laps to go right now, and everybody has pretty much come to pit road, so I'm guessing everybody's short. As look at Kyle Ethier drop to the bottom here, 3 wide. Tim Averill, or I'm sorry, Drayton Cook in the middle. Randy Cornwell up top. They sort it out, and Ethier gets loose. Got a little wheel in that thing. Craig Martin in the 6th position there. I'm assuming he's got 4 Mr. Feelgoods. There's your leader. Hamilton is gone. 3 seconds over Tim Averill. Strayer has fallen back to 3rd. Strayer must have did fuel only. Let me look over at his numbers. He actually took tires there. I wonder if he burned them up or something. So can Averill do anything? I see he's down to 3 seconds, well under 3 seconds now. Up to Logan Hamilton. You wonder if Logan might burn the tires up a little bit. As that was Melnick diving off coming to pit road. So we do have one more race to catch up on, and that is the Truck Series from Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. And that was ran last night. And the goal is to hopefully do that one tomorrow night after the actual truck race that's on TV. So if everything goes as planned tomorrow, which don't hold your breath. But we'll be on the air sometime tomorrow evening with the rerun of the truck race, which was pretty exciting. All right, here comes Drayton Cook back to pit road. This is 21 laps to go. So right now, doing the math, Drayton Cook's about 8 to 9 laps short from doing a one stop the rest of the way here. Drayton drives away here. And you see some of the guys have knocked the time down. Strayer's back up to second now during that pit stop, and he's got it under 3 seconds. So either Logan is starting to burn up the tires a little bit, or the other guys are just getting faster here as we have 20 laps to go next time by. So as we get closer to the, we'll call it 15 laps to go mark, if anyone stays, it's obviously 50 laps and 13 would be 63, which is 17 to go. If there's anyone who stays out past lap 63 or 64, that is the person that is going to try to make this race on fuel if anyone does. Right now, though, we're at 61. As you see, Dalton Wilson, Randy Cornwell coming to pit road. They know they can't make it. Leaders coming out of 4 right now. Fuel only in the 9 pulls away. Tim Abril, Aaron Beaver now on pit road. So here we go. Looks like setting up for what could be a splash and go at the end of this race. As those guys pitting, here comes Hamilton, here comes Strayer, here comes Ethier to pit road. Craig Martin coming. A whole bunch of cars here coming to pit road. April 9.5 second stop, so it looks like seeing some fuel only. David Stringle, very long pit stop. Not sure what happened to the 7. Or if that's even an accurate time. 54 seconds, you'd lose a lap. David Fight coming to pit road, so everybody in the top 5 on pit road. Scala staying out. See when he comes to pit road. Got 6.9 over Nick Uricchio right now. And there goes Hamilton from pit road. Stephen Wolfram leaving the pits. All right, so 17 to go. We're at that point right now. And here comes Scala to pit road. So Uricchio going to take the lead now. Nick pitted at 52. And you see 4 tires and fuel going on the 24 car. And once Uricchio comes to pit road, that'll hand the lead to Logan Hamilton. And Uricchio pitted at 52. You add 13 to that. You're looking at Well, it would be 65. You hear him shutting the engine off. No, he's trying to get an extra lap or so out of that car. So we might have found our fuel car. See, Hamilton 6.4 seconds back. And we're starting to see a battle here for third, potentially, as Averill comes up on the back of Lucas Strayer. What has been a good race here so far tonight. Into the nighttime. Lights are on here at Auto Club Speedway in the TI Racing Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Gen 4 Series. Truck Series ran Thursday night. Looking over, you can check out the website, marioncdjr.com. And of course, they've got a deal going on through the 31st of July, which, in case you didn't know, was Monday. Summer Jeep. Check out their great deals. And so much more. At Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. As you see Tim Averill and others coming to pit road. Now, by the way, I should mention the deal with the Summer Jeep, that is with approved credit. So make sure you check out marioncdjr.com. All right, so cars coming at 10 laps to go here. These are the ones that know they cannot make it. David Fights on pit road. You saw Averill. You saw, who else came to pit road? Drayton Cook's been in. Dalton Wilson's been in. Nick Uricchio came in for his final stop. There's Melnick going to come to pit road. And you see Ethier trying to chase down Lucas Strayer right now for second. As Craig Martin comes to pit road from fourth. So is Aaron Beaver. So we'll work out for Logan Hamilton and get win number 2 on the season. Of course, Logan showed up at Watkins Glen a couple weeks ago, beat the living tar out of the field in the road race, and now tonight looking to go 2 for 2. Or I shouldn't say 2 for 2, he ran last week at Gateway. He'd be 2 for 3, batting 66%. As Aaron Beaver leaves the pits also. Ronald Powell's coming to pit road from 14th. And one will the others come in, and if they have to, Lucas Strayer coming to pit road. So another car out of the top 5 is in. Who's been able to save enough? And the one disadvantage you could say about the 40% fuel in this car for this race is you don't have much time to save. I mean, basically when you look at it, if you use the 13 lap number we've been using, you basically have, what, 54 turns basically to save fuel? As Kyle Ethier comes to pit road from second. So we got, what, 3 cars left to come to pit road? Randy Cornwell comes in, so there goes third. As Ethier leaves, here comes the leader. As Cornwell leaves the pits, and that hands the lead, or will hand the lead, depending on if he pits or not here. He's so far back. Matter of fact, he is coming out of turn 4 right now. Would hand the lead to Scala in the 24 car. There goes Hamilton leaving the pits. And there goes Scala right there in that white and blue car. So can the 24 make it? I bet you he's shutting the engine off. Ask me how I know. He was out, what, three quarters of the corner there. 1.4 seconds right now. Back to Hamilton. And it just got under 1 second. Looked like Scala got a piece of the wall. 3 laps to go. His first Gen 4 race of the season. And believe it or not, the second time that the 24 has even been driven in the Gen 4 by, or I should say, by Scala, period. Only driven the Gen 4 twice. As here comes Hamilton. As Scala's going to pull down. Hamilton going to go by with 2 laps to go. He's got 3.5 seconds back to Strayer. Oh, and Hamilton's up in the outside wall. That doesn't help things. As Hamilton going to come out turn 4, see the white flag, final lap. The question, can the 24 finish second? There's Strayer to his outside. Oh, is he out of fuel? 24's out. And Logan Hamilton's out to a big old lead. Second win in 3 starts. As the Pepsi 27 wins at Auto Club. April and Ethier go by as Scala goes coasting. Here comes Cook. Wow. And Scala finishes 5th according to timing and scoring. Craig Martin 7th. Eurykio Beaver, Dalton Wilson. That was what? 18 laps on that tank? 17 laps? We'll let Logan burn it down here. Of course, Logan's already swept 1 week. Now he's going to have a chance to do it again here on Thursday. We'll let timing and scoring run across the top here. You can see where everyone finished. Logan having a lot of fun here, it looks like. Great job on his part. Great race by everybody. Now, let me break character, I guess, or whatever you want to call this, because, yes, that's me in the 24 car, obviously. I was doing the third-person chat, trying to be like a professional broadcaster here or something. I was asked by Nick Eurykio in Discord how I did it. So now I'm going to show everyone what I did. I'm actually more mad at myself still from, well, I'm over it now, but because I feel that there's one thing I could have done different. And that goes back to the restart at the start of the run here. And real quickly, let me do this actually. Let's pull up. Give me a second here. Let me grab the points for now with this race over with. And then I will show everyone what I did. Because Nick's like, is that tank legal what you had? Alright, so that's all set up now. Here are the points as we enter tonight, or enter next week at Talladega. Points lead back to Kyle Ethier by 8 over Drayton Cook. David Stringle is 3 points back, or 10 points back, I should say, third. Lucas Strayer 4th with 5 straight top 5 finishes, and Tim Averill 5th. If enough people show up, Lucas Strayer could win this championship with only 6 starts. It is mathematically possible. I know the one thing Drayton Cook might be kicking himself about is the 6 incident points, the 2 wrecks that he's caused, or was blamed for, I should say, this season. Might hurt him there. David Stringle's got 3 points, and then Kyle's perfectly at 0 right now. So, and Kyle now joins Logan Hamilton, the only 2-time winners on the season so far. All right, so back to the conversation. Let's go back to, I'm actually going to pull up my UI stuff now. I'm going to take you back to lap 46. Or whenever the green happened. I thought it was 46. All right, green's out here. All right, maybe it was 39. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's 39. It's 41 laps to go here. Okay, so first thing I did is, of course, all the cars came to pit road here. All right, so, yep, everybody's on pit road, and that includes, let's click on me. You will see I take, I believe, fuel only. Yep, back out. Now, at this point, I still have 2 sets of tires left. So I've been preserving those things. Now, here's the first thing I'm mad at myself about. I do not come back to pit road here. That would have been probably a lap of fuel maybe right there. But I did notice something in the previous yellow that when I came to pit road the lap after and drove back to the pack, I actually burned just as much fuel as I was rolling at this point. It's going to sound weird, but that's the way it was. All right, so now we go green. You're going to notice as we go green, I do not really slow up. I'm still going. All this time right here is burning fuel. So what I could have done in this run is gone a lot earlier to saving fuel. And in hindsight's 2020, because Logan might have caught me quicker too at the end of the race. But you will see there comes a point right about here in the next few laps, I finally do start saving. And yes, I am trail braking into the corner. It's where you're seeing that little red line come up. So I have not started saving fuel yet. We've gone 7 laps now of green. All right, so that whole entire run, I did not save fuel. So I could easily put that whole entire run as the reason why I didn't have a chance to win. So from this point forward, as we're under green, I start saving. You're going to notice I go, the clutch light will start coming on here. There it is. So from basically lap 51 to 80 for 30 laps straight, I start saving fuel. Nick Uricchio, that's how I went so long on fuel. Is basically allowed me to, save fuel. I ended up going with 15 laps, 14 laps. So I put it at 18 to go. Yeah, so here I'm going to come to pit road, I think, this lap. If I didn't already there. Yes, oh yeah, here I come to pit road. So it's 64. So at 16 to go, I come to pit road. So I went 14 laps on that run there. So 14 laps and then end up going 16 to go to the finish. So, yeah, it is what it is. But great race. It was fun to broadcast it. Again, big thanks to TI and Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for being the main broadcasters on the stream. And, of course, to the newest partners. And we're going to get a lot more of this going here in the near future. But Dubby, the energy drink, you could click the link down below. And in the race info, get 10% off your order right now. Just type in the word "the captain" when you purchase. And you can see all the different drinks that they offer that you can purchase, all the different swag you can get, and more. I've got mine in the mail already coming my way. So looking forward to having the product and finding a favorite flavor. But you can check out W's website to be a part of that. So, all right, we're out. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we'll be back tomorrow night from here at Auto Club for the Truck Series rebroadcast. And always remember, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!